Hi everyone, this is Reki and welcome back to episode 7 of On Point in West Point. Emily and I are just leaving the safe house after dropping off the food and other goods that we picked up in town. And now we're going to start heading out and we're going to look for garages. And you can always tell garages when you're looking on the map because they appear as these smaller buildings next to larger buildings. So we have a lot of garages here. We might have one here. There's a couple attached to these houses. There's one over here. So we're just going to kind of head out and let's head south and head to this one first and then head back up and we'll see how things go. That appears to be probably our best course of action. So let's head out this way. Garages can be extremely useful structures. People tend to squirrel away all kinds of things in them. You'll find everything from clothes and books to different kinds of tools and things. So it's useful to check them early on and loot whatever you can find out of them. So let's see here. If I recall, it's kind of at the end of this. Oh, and we got some zombies. So as we're going, we'll just clear out some of these fellows. We got some vans and some trucks back here. It'd be nice if we could find one of the big trucks. The big trucks can be really helpful. I have some of the 18-wheeler rigs enabled for this game, but honestly, I'm not sure how useful they are for one person, whereas they're extremely useful in a multiplayer game where you have multiple people and you're trying to move large amounts of goods or vehicles. I'm not sure they're going to be very effective in a single-player game, but I enabled them so we could test that out and see how that goes. I tend to use these different games as kind of a sandbox effect to see what works, what I like, what doesn't work. I test new mods to see what I want to install on the server and that sort of thing. So let's see, it looks like our first one is coming up on the left here. Yes, this is it here. Okay, so we'll just pull in. And there it is. And it doesn't look like there are any zombies in front. Let's have a look in the back, because we definitely don't want any of them sneaking up behind us. And let's have a look in the window. No zombies in here. So we'll go in the window. A lot of times these structures are locked, and you're here to look in the window to make sure there are no zombies in them anyways. So I just usually go in and then open the door. Alright, so it doesn't look like we have a generator, but look what we found. We have already found the antique oven, and we are going to grab it because the antique oven is, as far as I know, aside from fireplaces that are pre-built in houses, the antique oven is the only way of actually heating an area. So the earlier we can find this, the better. And I'm just absolutely ecstatic that we found it already. Sometimes you have to go all the way out to the lake and to the houses that are like in the backwoods in order to find it, and those can be very tight, dangerous places, or you're doing a lot of off-roading in vehicles that aren't really meant for it, and you're damaging your car, which can leave you stranded out there, and then you're trying to find another way to get the stove back to your home location because now you don't have a car, so you're stuck. And it just could be a real mess. So it's nice when we can find it immediately in West Point. Oh, that seat is full. And don't let the weight fool you. 40 pounds in a 26-pound seat. It'll look red when you drag it over, but thankfully it'll go. Alright, so that was just super. Absolutely super. Totally unexpected, but made me very happy. And we have a zombie coming in from the rear here where I wasn't expecting one. Alright. Did I manage to get the toolbox? I did. Okay, good. Alright, so let's see if there's anything else in here that's worth grabbing. That was just a tremendous find. And I am so happy. But it would be even better if we could find, you know... Well, there's some metal bars. We definitely need those. But if we could find axes, or if we could find a generator, or a propane torch... Oh, we've got some parts for the Humvees. If we ever find a Humvee, there's a hand axe. Let's take that. And I think there was some stuff in these cabinets. There we go. Okay. I thought I saw a welding mask, but I guess not. More metal bars. There's some welding rods. Oh, this is too bad. I really expected that if we had metal, we would find a propane torch, but that's okay. We can live without it for the moment, as long as, because we found some other things here, I mean, that were great, but I'm not gonna turn around and scream because we didn't find everything in our first stop. We found some good stuff. And I'm also going to mark this with an asterisk to remind me to go back and finish looting here, because there's plenty of parts and metal and stuff here that we could pick up, and I don't want to pick it up now because it'll take up a lot of space, and we have a small trunk, and this way we will have room if we actually find the axes or any of the other things that we're looking for. So, alright. So that's this one. The next one is around the corner, backed up to the road. Look at that. There it is. Oh, a big truck. Wonderful. Now that's going to make looting much easier, assuming we can get into it. What is this on the ground here? I guess it's a... It looks like it's something, but I guess it's nothing. He doesn't have any keys. Everybody say a prayer. Alright. No key in the ignition. And no key in the glove box. That's disappointing. Key on the ground anywhere here? Key on the ground, key on the ground. It would be great help if the key was on the ground. And the key is not on the ground. So the last thing we can check is the flatbed to see if there's anything in here. Nope. Alright, well, that's unfortunate because we're not going to be able to pick this up until we can actually hotwire vehicles. So let's mark this with an exclamation point so we know to return. That's just great. And let's head on to here. Okay, so this is a pagoda, so that's not a garage, but we've got a house with a garage on the right and a house with a garage on the left, and then a couple down this way. So we will just see what we can find. And I'm hearing zombies. So the question is, there he is. He's wandering around this side of the building. It looks like there's either a body or a zombie back here. Now, the devs have put in this new thing where some of these recumbent bodies are actually zombies and they're not dead. And the way you can tell is if you walk up to them and you can loot them, they're dead. But I actually had one that I couldn't loot, and a minute later it stood up on me, and that was a little nerve-wracking. So I am hearing a noise. Ah, there he is. He's going to try to break this door down, so... Alright. Let's see. A welder's mask. Hooray, we needed that. Okay, so that gives me some hope that maybe we'll get lucky and find... Well, there's a pipe wrench and a saw, but no propane torch. On the other hand, we have some metal bars, and look what we have here. A generator. We're just going to take that, and we're going to say a prayer that nothing comes after us while we are transporting this beauty to the vehicle. Alright, so that means we've got heat for the winter, and we have power for when the power goes out, both of which are extremely important considerations. What was that? I guess that was a... So it's just these two shelves, and there wasn't anything on the ground, so okay, perfect. Alright. I'm not going to pick up everything in that building. Because I think these are all up. This one has an attached garage and it's open, which doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't a zombie inside or in the backyard either. It just means we can't see it. Oh, look, another generator. We'll take this one too. Alright, so you might be asking, why am I taking more than one generator? Well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, if you have more than one generator, you can keep both of them hooked up and one powered on and the other one powered off, and then when one runs out of fuel, you automatically have another one that is ready to go. You don't want to keep them both on at the same time. I don't know how that works, but I would suspect that if you did that, you're going to wind up with both of them running and using fuel at the same time, and it'd be kind of a silly move in my opinion. However, the other thing you can do is you can take a generator to a location like a gas station, and you can hook it up to the gas pumps on the outside, and it will power the gas pumps for you after power's out. So you will still be able to draw gasoline as you need it. So there are a couple of good reasons for having more than one generator, if you can find more than one generator. Alright, so what's down this block? We missed the ones behind us, that's okay. We'll go back. I'm going to mark the ones that I've already looked in with a little check mark, just so that I remember that I've looked in them. Let's go up and to the right and do those few over here. Actually, no, you know what? We'll come around the block because there's one up here. And then when we come back down, we can hit the ones we missed. And I think that's all we'll do for this particular episode then. I'm trying to prevent the episodes from being half an hour or longer, so I'm trying to keep them short and tight. And if we don't find what we're looking for in the first few, that's okay. We can split it up and have a couple of different episodes with us hunting garages. It's okay. Alright, so this has a garage, I'm pretty sure. Let's see what we got going on here. some gas cans. That's useful. Nails and screws, also useful. Oh, a propane tank and some metal bars. We'll just take both of these. Nope, that's not what I want. I want this. And the worst thing is we have another welder's mask and we still don't have a propane torch. And there's another garage over there, so we'll hit that one on the other side. Although we're sort of getting overloaded already, so we may not, with the antique oven, have the room to do another garage if I have to put the propane tank in the seat. Yeah, it's not going to let me do that. Okay, so that's going to shorten our trip, folks, and I apologize for that, but I'm going to take her back to the house and unload her. And then I will mark this garage and come back here, and we will pick up in the next episode, continuing on with looting garages in the hopes that we find an axe or a propane torch. So far, we found a lot of good stuff that we need, but neither of those two beauties. So take care, and we'll see you again in the next episode.